Welcome to PFAX on EcoDev, the show that takes you inside the economic development of Pflugerville, Texas. I'm your host, Chris Daly, and each episode we will introduce you to the people and events that make our city so attractive to companies and their employees. Pfluger Talk is just another of the impactful initiatives created by the PCDC, Pflugerville Community Development Corporation. All right, everybody, join me in welcoming Joshua Tech from REE Automotive to the show. Josh, how are things today?
Things are great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you bet. So first, let's start with what is REE Automotive?
Okay, well, REE Automotive, we are a tech company focused on electric mobility. Actually been in operation in stealth mode for roughly 10 years and went public in 2021. Okay, so as I said, we're focused on electric mobility, but we're quite a differentiator. At least we see ourselves in terms of what we offer to the market. Our basic bread and butter, what we say is our disruptive technology is our REE Corner, right? So our REE Corner basically encapsulates all of the drive systems in the corner and is controlled by an X-by-wire setup. So when we say X-by-wire, that's drive-by-wire, steer-by-wire, and brake-by-wire, okay? And what that does, that basically enables us to have a completely flat and modular chassis, and that supports all mission-specific electric vehicles. It can be from a Class 1 all the way through Class 6. And this enables really a value proposition that provides maximum room for passengers, cargo, and batteries with a small footprint.
Very cool. And so I have to ask, with a name like Joshua Tech, working in the tech industry, is that like a stage name? I have never heard that last name before.
Yeah, no, I get that question all the time, and I always said, I originally wanted to be a lawyer, but I wasn't allowed to be, right? So I had to become an engineer. So, yep.
I love that. So give me some of your background, how you got involved with REE, and just your business background.
Yeah, so kind of goes back to that. Originally I did kind of want to be a lawyer, but I started tinkering with cars in high school and so I decided to put that down and go into manufacturing engineering. Got my first role with a GM supplier right out of school, worked my way up, went down south, started doing manufacturing development for BMW for many years. Got a call from Tesla, made that big jump from the East Coast to the West Coast. And actually at Tesla, I was on the senior leadership team there, running new product introduction for the entire company. So Model S, Model X, Model 3. Did leave after that amazing experience, right? We really started with 20 cars a day. And after I left, we're building thousands a week. It was basically in that 5-year span, we really built Tesla up as to what we see as a massive company today. After that, I did a small stint in construction technology to apply automotive mindset to doing custom residential structures. But then I got a call from REE about wanting to come back to automotive. And, like I said, I'm a car guy at heart, spent 90% of my career in cutting edge automotive technology, and decided to come back and bring that skill set to help REE and establish the mission. Obviously what REE brings to the table is very attractive to myself as well, and hence why I joined the company.
Very cool. And were you involved with REE before they opened up in Pflugerville, or were you part of that?
So I've been with REE just over a year. So the decision for Pflugerville was done before my time, but it was done for all the right reasons, we can say.
Yeah, well, let's talk about some of those. What are some of the factors that influence the decision for REE to move to Pflugerville?
Because they match. One is Austin itself is kind of the new entrepreneurial home of the U.S. As you know, I was in California, in the heart of that, and coming to Austin, you see that same thing. So, and REE, we are a very entrepreneurial type company. Like we like to live and breathe that. So this was an area, of course, that was bringing that same mindset. Highly skilled workforce. Along with that, what comes when you have that, when you can advertise that type of thing, that's the type of people that are in the area. So we highly skilled workforce. And then, of course, Texas itself has a well-structured regulatory environment for businesses. It's easy for us to set up. It was easy to establish and get our boots on the ground here.
And so I guess talk about the type of automotive companies that you do serve.
Yeah, so the type of customers we serve. So right now, and also as part of our business model, as I mentioned in the intro, our REE corner is extremely flexible for, we say, mission-specific vehicles. And why is that? In theory, we could put our corners on essentially everything. However, obviously, that's not a good business plan. We want to be focused how we come to market first. So we are launching our first product, what we call is the P7, and this is applicable for a Class 3 through Class 5 vehicle. So these commonly you'll see driving around would be like your box trucks, your walk-in vans that you might see a UPS driver delivering.
Right.
The box vans that Penske uses, or Ryder or Enterprise, the flatbeds, the curtain sides, these types of things. These mid-duty type trucks that you see, really that are mission specific. They're work trucks. They're used in the local the economy, and those types of things, right? So that segment is, of course, highly in need of electrification, right? So the idea is, of course, our vehicle, we're not, and back to our value prop, we're not just taking the trucks those guys use today and electrifying them. We're actually bringing them a better truck that happens to be electric, right? We lower floors, higher volumetric efficiency. So the idea is they'll want to drive our truck because it's a better vehicle, not just because it's electric.
Nice. And let's focus on the move to Pflugerville again. I understand that predates you a bit, but how has REE worked with the Community Development Corporation, the PCDC?
Yeah, the PCDC has been very instrumental to us. I mean, obviously they helped us. And, at the moment we haven't started operations yet. We're building our headquarters here, right? So they helped us basically, in line with where it could be located at that meets our needs in terms of square footage, logistical capacity, right? I mean, we have a great location off the 130, easy access to highways, easy access to the airport, right? And those types of things. So they helped us with basically, where we could be, the general contractors, the builders, all these types of things that helped us really move to the area quicker and get established, right, and get the building done, get the lease negotiated, and starting to get the facility put up.
And when will it be operational?
Right now, the building is done. The building itself is done. We're in the process of getting some of the upfitting done to allow us to get a certificate of occupancy later this year, right? And then we will upfit the building in line with business needs.
Nice. And so, in doing all that, I assume you're starting to interact now a lot more with local businesses. Talk about some of those relationships that you've developed in the area.
The local businesses that we've been interacting with so far are more, and organizations, I would say, it's more around, the fire department and the permitting organizations and people doing the upfit of the facility, more around general contractors, service providers, those types of industries. They've all been very cooperative, and obviously helping us achieve our goal of getting the Pflugerville facility up and running.
Speaking of up and running, what do you see as the future for REE Automotive in the area?
Yeah, so another reason we obviously chose Pflugerville was the location, right? The location in Texas is centrally located to a lot of our customer base, right? We're focusing on being a national brand. Right. You've seen some of the announcements now. We've signed strategic dealer agreements with dealers in the Northeast, in the Southeast, in the Central area, Southwest and Northwest, right? So this allows us to bring our corner technology roughly, centrally located, so we can distribute easier nationwide.
Nice. And then once you get the certificate of occupancy, what will it mean to the community in terms of jobs and careers?
Yeah. So the idea behind the Pflugerville facility is it's not just a manufacturing facility. It is intended to be our U.S. headquarters as well. Right. So currently, our R&D operations are focused out of Israel, and our vehicle engineering and our first factory is in a very beautiful campus outside of Coventry in the UK, so in the Midlands, right? A lot of automotive heritage there with Jaguar and Land Rover. What we will do is we'll duplicate that manufacturing facility in the Pflugerville office there, But then that will also be our U.S. headquarters. So we will have, marketing, sales, business development, technical extensions, those kind of things. So we'll essentially be taking all the know-how we developed over the past 10 years and bringing that to Pflugerville. And in that case, obviously then we'll be providing a lot more of high-end manufacturing jobs and things like that, which will help nourish the area.
Excellent. Would you recommend Pflugerville to other companies moving into the area, and why?
Yeah, definitely. The PCDC is a great organization to have for resource. They helped us through everything from what do we need to get started, what type of what type of regulatory items are in place, right? They're always there as a reference. But again, the area, for the same reasons I mentioned, regulatory environment, skilled labor, right? Transportation. I'm always amazed the size of the area. And coming from California before this, how easy the traffic and how well the infrastructure is, right? You don't have that log jam every day, right? The access to trucking, access to even the coast and the ports aren't that far away if need be, right? So, there's a multitude of reasons that we moved to the area, and I assume those would play out to a lot of other companies as well. And even that, when other companies move in, you get that piggyback effect, right? The more the merrier sometimes, right? So it also helps the entire community in terms of achieving targets and achieving goals.
Excellent. And speaking of community, what have you seen thus far about the community that you like as an individual, as a parent? What do you see there?
The traffic and flow. The area is beautiful, per se. Lots to do here. I actually like the area too because you get you actually get a meeting of land masses, right? You have the rolling hills off to the west. You have the coastal plains here, and I spent a lot of time at the coast, obviously coming from California, and it's a quick drive down to Corpus or so to enjoy the ocean and the beach. So very, very, very manageable drive, very easy drive to do. Not to mention all the Texas food, Texas barbecue, all that stuff's always great to enjoy.
Well, Joshua Tech, I want to thank you so much for sitting down with me, sharing a little bit about REE Automotive, and welcome to the Pflugerville area.
Thank you. Appreciate it, and glad to be here.
Thank you for listening to the PFAX on EcoDev show, brought to you by the Pflugerville Community Development Corporation. I'm your host, Chris Daly. I want to thank my guests. I also especially want to thank you, the listener, for giving me what I consider the most important gift you can, your time, your attention. Please like and share this show so we can get it in front of more people and more people can learn about economic development. To learn more about Pflugerville and all the amazing things going on, head over to pfdevelopment.com.